Hello everyone. It is Tuesday the 21st of August. It's currently 29 degrees and the time is 8 past 3 p.m. We're here at Lau Pa Sat Food Center. This is Raffles Quay. And today we're going to be walking from Lau Pa Sat towards the edge of Chinatown and into Chinatown a little bit. And the theme of today's walk will be to look at some of the quite interesting street art around this area. So I'll walk over first of all to the food center, and from there we'll take cross street onwards. Give a look the other direction. We are in the financial district of the city.
It was a review he wanted.
And so we can be walking that way towards Chinatown. The north at the back, of course, is the waterside. And we're only one bus stop away from Fullerton Hotel, Marina Bay. So after cross street, I'll make my way to Amoy Street, and from there to the Amoy Food Center, looking at some of the street art as we go. It's quite a windy day, so you might hear that on the mic in the background. Also some construction work going on, like usual in the city center. Lau Pa Sat is now a food center, but it used to also be a food market. It was a fish market that was actually moved from a waterside location in the past. It used to be actually right on the waterside, so that the boats that came from sea could dock. And I won't take you in right now because unfortunately I will need another phone or another device to basically do the trace together check to go inside sort of coffee shops and restaurants and public spaces like that that require us to use the tracing. I noticed when I was at Marina Bay that if I try to go through that, it just stops filming at that point or stops recording the video. And I can start again inside. But I think for today, for the purposes of this walk, we'll walk around. You can see some of the detailed structures of this building there. The frame actually came after the building was moved, or as it was being moved. So the original building didn't have quite all of the same structures. The clock tower at the top that you cannot see from here, but so earlier. That was also added later on, I think. And so it's also known as Telok Ayer. It was built in the 19th century. And I'll just let the motorbikes pass, right? So Lau Pa Sat became a national monument in 1973. It was originally by an Irish architect called George Coleman. But then the new frame for this building was pretty impressive. I think that's a crane or something. Yeah, but the new frame was brought all the way from Glasgow by a Scottish engineer who was in charge of that building project at the time. Have another look at that. Yeah, now you can see the clock at the top. So this is basically full of food stalls that sell all kind of cuisine. Used to at least be very popular with people having lunch from this district, the business district. It's quite centrally located. So yeah, the cast iron was brought from Glasgow and assembled here in Singapore to make the current building. I think it was redesigned in 1894 already. So it's been here for a long time. So it's no surprise that it has been seen to have significant sort of national heritage importance. And although the name Telok Ayer, which is the Malay name, refers to bay water, it's mostly now called, I think the official name is now Lau Pa Sat, which is referring to the old market, if I understand correctly. Just the distinction of this older market and then a newer one, which came to this area later on. We're now walking along Cross Street, which is one of the streets going through central business district. There's a look down Cecil Street. So you can see it's fairly tall buildings around this area. This is also a food center, which I think is relocating to one of those buildings, new buildings next to Raffles Place. I think there's already a space for it as well. And it's called the Interim Hawker Center, but it's been here a good while. But if I understand correctly, they're just about to move. There's Telok Ayer Street that we're coming to. And Telok Ayer, of course, was the old name for that food center as well. It's also the name of the MRT station over there. We'll keep going to Amoy Street. This is quite a nice area, and there's a big temple right there, the other side of the street. But we'll actually be walking on the back side of that temple. I'll hopefully be able to show you the reason soon. First piece of street art that we'll be able to see today is right here as we turn to Amoy Street. It's actually on Amoy Alley. It's a dragon. So let's have a look. So you can see the head, and it goes all the way to the end there with his fish buddies. I really like this one. It's also fairly detailed. Let's walk. Let's have a look at its tail. Why not? Watching out for the ones turning the corner. So there's the tail. Don't know if it goes around the corner. Yes, it does a little bit. But we can continue on Amoy Street to see the next one. But this is definitely one of my favorites. Really love all of the detailed dragons on the temples. And this is very much like the Chinese dragons you see on those. So let's go actually on this side. We'll make our way to the back of that temple. There is also a mosque, I think, there. Sorry, I'm making really sudden turns to just give you a look at the square. The houses around this area are really beautiful. And it's kind of a nice backdrop with the high buildings there. So that's where we came from. It's really beautiful. Then you've got some statues. A little water element as well. That pagoda is inside the temple. You can see through to the other side with the colorful temple and the houses a little bit. I really love this area. And some children. In this statue. And it is for Chinese festivals and the street processions that have to do with festivals. So like Lantern Festival. Okay. And there's the backdrop of what I think is a mosque and the temple. And then as we return to Amoy Street, this is why we're here at the back instead of in front of the temple, because there is a whole wall of really beautiful street art. This is the back wall of the temple. Singapore River is the name of this one. So you can see Marina Bay Sands, Esplanade, even the super trees at the back there, Merlion, Fulton Hotel. And that's Boat Quay with the traditional boats at that time, I guess. The background, you can see where the new buildings are going to be. This is a picture of a mass wedding in the 1950s. It says in the 1950s, Chinese clan associations commonly organized mass weddings to help couples wed frugally. This is contributions to education. Don't know what the best way is, because I'll just walk around and we'll look back because there are cars parked here. Children being washed. I'm a little bit too close to give you a really good view. I'll go to the street between the cars in a moment. I think there are two, those ox, or are they cows? I'm not sure. Stand between the cars here. See if we can get a good view of this one. So I'll go around, have a look where we can look at the next one. Because this is really beautiful one with lanterns. This is Telok Ayer Bay. And that's where you come to the end of it. I think this might be an opium den, possibly, I don't know. This street, Amoy Street, used to have those in the time gone past. That's what it was famous for a while. So this is some very beautiful artwork, I think. Worth definitely finding and coming to have a look at. And then of course you can always circle back to the other side and look at the temple as well, which I do recommend. It's a really lovely temple, that one. I'll have to go through here. The name of Amoy Street is most likely a reference to a Chinese area where many of the immigrants came from this area. I think if I go on that side, I'm just going to be filming cars, so this is a bit nicer, I guess. There is a Japanese restaurant with some interesting lanterns on that side. I think a Korean barbecue next to it. It is now double yellow, so no parked cars in front of the temple. There's the entrance to, let's see if I can pronounce it, Ann Siang Hill Park. It's a really nice place. I've been there once, but it's a bit of a trek up. And we are coming to the Amoy Street Food Center, which we'll go inside to find some more street art. Sorry for showing you the payment. I was watching for cars. Fairly important task also here in the city, especially on the narrow corners and when you've got vans blocking the view. So we'll be going inside, but I think what we'll need to do is enter on the side and check in. So I will stop the camera while I check in, and then I'll get back to the video. It's a QR code that we use. But the last time I tried to do this without the camera stopping recording, that didn't work out. Let's see. I'll try with my app. And we are back, and we have Trace Together enabled. We'll walk to the sort of middle part of this food center, because if you walk back right there you won't get to the part where these food art is. No, we could already go there, but let's see. Not so many people down here. So I think we'll go up through here. And have a look. Here's the first one. If I understand correctly, on these lanterns it says peace. That's a really cool cabin as well, isn't it? This is the school that used to be in the area, I think. That's what the crest is for. Here's the sort of traditional, local in the area. A tricycle with a hawker stall, I guess. These used to be the common way that people would sell things. They would be on the streets rather than in hawker centers. But it was part of the attempt to kind of clean the streets that vendors were brought inside into hawker centers like this. And so makan, I think, means eating, food. So this is a pretty cool back wall that you don't really find unless you happen to come in here and look for it, I guess, or happen to stumble on those tables to have your meal. This one especially, this is my favorite. I already told you I like dragons. I'll take the step down. Not feeling very adventurous today in terms of attempting that. It's higher than you'd think people can make fun of me all they like, but working with a camera and negotiating that kind of things is not the ideal setup. It's now also compulsory to bring your plates back. You used to be able to come in through here or any entrances, but now it's limited because of COVID and trace together. So how that works is that if someone here will have a positive test, then people will be notified and tested. And that way, hopefully, we'll limit the spread. So each of these little stalls is its own business in a sense, but they all work within this bigger food center. You could buy from as many of them as you like. There's usually a couple of drink stalls that some places sell things like beer, alcohol as well. Some places don't. So, but there's always a drink stall that sells like iced tea and coffee, sodas, that sort of thing. So here we are back on the street, and there's a side alley. So I just checked out and also checked the map, and I think we'll drive the stairs to the park as soon as the cars pass, and make our way towards Chinatown.
Amoy Street food court.
So this will basically take us to the other side of the hill. Oh, here's someone cute. So here's a reminder of the current rules. Here's the story of the name of the hill and also the street here. Ann Siang Hill, I don't know how to pronounce that properly, but I understand he owned businesses. And was one of the first to sort of own land here. And this area is known for its nightlife. There's even a street around here called Club Street. This is Ann Siang Road. And it's another one of these very well renovated, nice areas with the beautiful shop houses. This will take us towards Chinatown. There's a blue Ferrari parked there. Not so unusual for these areas. Central Singapore Park, I guess. Let's see if we can go past this truck. And on to our right now is Club Street. So there are plenty of restaurants and bars in this area, this stretch. And over here is also our next street art. Wonder how I can get the best image of this one. It's very big. It's the Zodiac. So let's go up. I think maybe the Coconut Club has kind of added to that with some other animal zodiacs as well. I think that's it anyway. So you got your, yeah, rabbit, dragon, dog, rat, I'm an ox, or as someone once told me, someone Nepalese said, I'm so lucky because I'm a cow. That's fair enough. So there you have the Zodiac. I'm going to keep going for a bit. I think I will make this 2-part walk The reason being that we've been going for a fair bit. And I still want to go a little bit further to the edge of Chinatown before I go into Chinatown, and I think the second part will just be going through all of the amazing street out there. There's one in the corner there, and I won't cross the street here, but there is one right there on Smith Street. But we'll go this way actually. Oh, let me see. Actually, let's go across and have a look at that one. I guess that is by far the best place to cross the street. There's an Indian temple over there. And we are now in Chinatown. That's the Chinatown food street. All looks very empty on a Tuesday afternoon. Here you have one of the Chinatown ones, and that's more what I'll do in the next one. But before then, I'll walk over a little bit further. Unless I get stopped by these street works. Coming up. Here's one of the more impressive temples. This is Buddha Tooth Relic Temple. It's a huge temple. There at the background is the city. And this is one of the main streets in Chinatown. South Kreta Road, I think. And this temple is really stunning inside as well. Sometimes also they have the monks chanting in there. As you walk around, it's a very lovely space with a lot of gold. I wonder where we're going to here. It might be to the square. I'm hoping to get through to Neil Road. I think there's a lot of construction going on. Let's see. We'll have a look at some of these over here. And the final one. I think this food market also has several of them. There are also some that are at the back of this complex, but I think because of the construction work, we'll leave that for another time, for a walk along those streets. But these ones are quite beautiful. I think the number of the koi fish, is it 9? I think that was significant symbolism somehow. And then there is a doorway. And this is at the back of the food center. It's a very difficult place to find if you don't know. But I think we'll end this walk here. And I'll do another one to go through some of the street art in Chinatown. So if you'd like to see more, there will be another video. That will be part 2 of this one, just walking through Chinatown, finding all of the street art there. And if you like to see videos of street art, or you would like to see videos of Chinatown, I know I'm coming back for the Mid-Autumn Festival lights at some point in the next few weeks, or you just like to see walks around Singapore, then please subscribe and you will see when I post new videos. It's really nice that people are joining me for these walks and finding them interesting and seeing value in them. I really like all the positive comments. It'd be really nice to get them, and it just gets me out here to look at all these great places that I otherwise want to go to, but I'm too lazy to get out without a good reason. So it's been really great to walk around, and I really appreciate you joining me. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, don't miss the second part of this, and I hope I'll see you soon.